Today we are featuring Chefsplay.com, a smart online store for chefs, offering top kitchen tools and hand-picked ingredients. Welcome to Flavor and Figure, where we serve you the story behind the taste and business behind the buzz. Let's meet the founder of Chefsplay.com, Rashid. How are you?
Very good. Nice to see you again.
Same here. Thanks for having us.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you for visiting us.
It's an honor. And now he's gonna take us behind his journey, and he's gonna elaborate how the Chefsplay has begun and what made him to open this platform for especially for chefs who's newcomers and the existing business owners. So first of all, tell me, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's been a while since I think we met because you had a business and we were dealing with each other, and then you found out we were doing Chefsplay. Yeah, good. Everything's good. How about you?
Great. Things are going great, man. Thank you.
I see that. Very good. Mabruk.
Thank you.
Good job, man.
I want to know, why Chefsplay, the name?
Okay, so Chefsplay because once in Los Angeles, because we go to Los Angeles every year, since I grew up in the US. Sorry, my name is Rashid Bahar. I'm the founder here of Chefsplay. And I'll explain why we came up with this concept. Why I chose the name, first of all, is because there was this similar concept in the US, which I didn't see in Dubai. The difference of what I saw in America, what I don't see here, is that they sell equipment and ingredients to people at home and to restaurants.
Yeah.
So people at home want to cook.
Home cooks.
Yeah, they want to cook with quality ingredients, and they don't want supermarket ingredients.
Yeah.
So that's where we came up with the idea, and why I know this from Los Angeles. There's a place there called Chef's Toys. So that's inspired me for Chefsplay.
Wow.
And we registered the name worldwide. It's trademark.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So that's why we chose the name Chefsplay. And why Chefsplay? Because Chefsplay means we make life easy for the chef, like child's play, but chef's play. So we make it easy for them by giving them all the tools they need and all the ingredients.
That's great. If you want to cook something, food similar how you crave from your favorite restaurants, you can source those ingredients from chefsplay.com and you can cook that dish at your home, right?
Right, correct. And we have the tools as well, so you can buy the equipment as well. So if you're not happy with your cooker at home and you say, I want a proper induction with a proper induction pan, we have all of those on our site as well. So it's not just ingredients, we have also food service equipment, and that's what makes us different from the other sites you see in the market.
That's great. Yeah, there are other sites, they're specific selling ABC, not everything together.
Correct.
And we have seen you have great quality of Japanese knives. So how these knives are made and from where it's been sourced, and is anybody else in the region selling those knives?
Okay, so how it started, like Chefsplay, if you see our Chefsplay logo, it has I could show you. You see right here, there's a knife. And the reason we have a knife is because we started with knives, Japanese knives. And that's because my manager at the time that worked for us for our food and beverage division, he came to us and said, let's open a Japanese knife shop after we traveled to Japan.
Oh, wow.
And we went in there and they had these shops selling just Japanese knives. So he's like, you know what? If we sell Japanese knives, just Japanese knives in UAE, because nobody else has that.
Yeah.
We have other knives shops, like, the other
Yes.
brands. But no one is specific to Japanese knives.
Yeah.
And so I said, fine, if you think it works, let's go for it.
Yeah.
So that's where Chefsplay first started, and it was in DIFC. And now it's evolved to the brand name Kuto, which we're still part of. But it's not to do with Chefsplay, nothing to do with Chefsplay. So now it's a separate animal in itself,
Okay.
And that's how it started as a Japanese, and we sell only Japanese knives. We have a new brand that we got from Spain that people are very particular about. That's not from Japan, but that's the first time we've done that because people are asking us for it. There's demand for it, and it's very popular. Yeah.
Great. And how long you are in this specific industry of this online platform? And before that, did you had any background of food and beverage?
Yes, we started, back in 1997. My dad had a very popular coffee shop here called French Connection. Then that evolved into selling coffee beans because we were importing our own coffee. So people were asking us for coffee beans. At that time, 1997, there wasn't as many roasters as you see now. Now you have local roasters, you have import, you have a huge supply of coffee beans in the market. But that time we were one of the few. So that's how it started originally. And then why Chefsplay came about is because, I have to say it, my wife asked me for chocolate chips or to make American style chocolate chip cookies. And she said, because I'm not happy with the ones you find in the supermarket. I'm not going to name the brands, but you'll know who they are. So I said, so what do you want me to do? She said, you have a food and beverage division, you have a kitchen division, you know all the suppliers. You have a coffee shop, whatever, all that, you know? So I called my dad's friend and I said, you have one of the best chocolate chips, which is Berry Calbo, which is a very popular chocolate chip. And I said, can I buy it? He said, yeah, but I sell it in 10 kg bags. Is that what you want? I said, is that the smallest bag you have? And he goes, that's the smallest. So I said, you know what? Happy wife, happy life. So I said, I'm gonna get the bag of chocolate, bring it home. And I brought it home. My wife's like, what is this? I said, you said you wanted quality chocolate chips. This is a quality chocolate chip. She said, but what am I gonna do with 10 kg? It's gonna last a year, you know? I said, well, put it on top of the fridge and we'll make cookies all year. And it was from that day, because we go to Los Angeles all the time, I saw the shops that sell, and I noticed they sell this size bags, not 10 kg bags.
Convenient.
So they're repacking 10 kg bags into smaller bags. So I said, why doesn't anybody do that here? And I told my wife, one day I want to do this, you know? And my idea at the time, before the pandemic, was to do a shop, a small shop, maybe this size, with small items everybody wants, you know? And she kept saying, why don't you do it online? I said, no, we need a shop, you know? It has to be a shop. And I remember, if you know our friends at High Joint, there was a little shop on the left side. Can't remember the name, but it's a popular shop, Ripe, I think. And I was like, I'd like to do a shop like that. That's my dream. She said, just do it online, it's faster. I'm like, no. And I was stubborn about it, so never did it. Then, but I had the name, right? Chefsplay. But then in 2020, the pandemic happened and we had nothing to do. And I was like, you know what? Let's launch the site. So we started in 2020, but officially we didn't launch till 2021 because the original app we did and the platform was too many glitches. And I said, people like you, you know, they're gonna go on it. I'm like, what? It takes more than 7 seconds to load up? No way we can do this, you know? So we decided to change completely to another platform, and that took some time. And then we officially launched September 2021.
But to be honest, it's a great move to be a part of online instead of a physical store, because now accessibility is wide. Anybody can sit at their home or in the kitchen and they can order and it get delivered to them. You know, instead of they reaching to you, now you reach it to them.
Correct. Apart from the chocolate chips, by the way, that was getting in 10 kg bags, you remember when Shake Shack opened? They had the potato buns. Nobody had potato buns. Now you can buy it in the supermarket. You can find some people like us also selling them. I mean, there's quite a few, but we were one of the first, probably the first. I can name another guy who's selling it in the shop. So I wanted Martin potato rolls, which you could not get at home. You could only get...
It's great, by the way, guys. Whoever don't know Martin brand, that's most of your burger joints use that.
Correct. As the first guys to bring it here was Shake Shack. So I wanted those buns because everybody loves Shake Shack, right? When it opened here. It was a kind of a revolution for burgers in the region. So I used to go to the supplier again. Hey, I want to buy Martin potato rolls. And he's like, okay. Because I know them. Otherwise, they don't entertain me. You're a B2C guy. I mean, why should I entertain you? We deal with B2B. He said, I can sell it, but you have to buy a box. I got a whole box full of buns. And I come home, I try to shove it into the freezer, you know, and it wouldn't fit and things would be sticking out of the freezer. And my wife's like, again, first 10 kg chocolate chips, now you're getting me how many
box of buns?
Box of buns. So that was also what another product we put on there where you can buy individual bags, not a whole box.
Great.
So that's one of our best sellers as well now on the platform.
So at the moment, if you can tell in brief, like what are the main items you sell and what are the main kitchen equipments you sell on the platform?
Okay, so we have obviously the best sellers on site. Thanks to Dubai Chocolate, we sell a lot of pistachio cream, a lot. I'm talking like kilos and kilos every month.
Wow.
And it goes sometimes outside the country.
Wow.
So a lot of our customers are B2C, but we have many customers B2B.
Okay.
And who are these guys B2B? Because you're thinking, okay, why would they buy from you if they can source directly? You know? Those customers are the ones, the bigger people, like, I won't name them, but the bigger B2B suppliers, you know them very well, they don't entertain them because they're new. So they don't think of them as someone they should visit and push their product on because they're a small client. So those are the customers coming to us and they're buying. Eventually they're going to become big.
Yes.
And eventually they're gonna stop buying from us, which is fine. At least we help them along the way to build their brand. You know?
That's a great thing. You are part of their journey where they started.
Like we had one bakala, as we call him here, small grocery shop. He was buying from us San Pellegrino water because the suppliers weren't supplying him, but his customers wanted it.
Wow.
So he was buying from us a good quantity every week and putting it in his bakala to sell to others, you know? And eventually, like I said, they eventually become big enough that they don't need us anymore. So think of us as a crutch on your way up.
That's cool. You have that mindset, even if you know these people gonna start with you, at one day they're gonna leave you, but still you have the will to keep supporting the young entrepreneurs or, you know.
Yeah, everyone starts small, you know? If you go to the gym, which I see you've been going, everybody starts small. Nobody goes into the gym like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Yeah.
You come in small and you build yourself up, which I respect because I used to own restaurants myself. So I understand what it takes. It's not easy to run a business, any business, especially a restaurant business.
What's the pain behind, you know? Because everyone talks about the good thing about the F&B, good thing about all this, our industry. I want to let people know the pain, the suffering behind. What do you think is one or two things you have been, you know, faced over and over again in your journey?
From what I started my own restaurants, and the problem you have is that you manage your cash flow based when you first start, based on, oh, I have to buy equipment, I have to do the interior fit out, and whatever else you need to buy. But you forget in the first 6 to 12 months, you might not be making money, you know? You might be making some, but not enough to cover all your expenses. So a lot of people, they see these restaurants doing well and they think, oh yeah, I can do the same. But those guys work really hard to get where they are. And you show on your platform what margins they're making. People think they're making hundreds of percents, but they're not. There's a lot of expenses involved there. So those expenses have to be accounted for, which you don't think about in the beginning because it's your first time into a restaurant business and you start your business and you have enough just to open, and then you start to suffer. Because you didn't keep enough money to cover your expenses. You didn't keep enough money to cover your ingredients, whatever you need to buy, your rent. You know, there's so many things you have to pay. So I see a lot of people after less than 1 year, they shut down. You know, because they ran out of cash to keep it moving. So my advice is keep money in your account to run 6 to 12 months. If you make, great. But if you don't, you know you have it, because it's gonna take that long for you before you
break even.
To at least break even and to put your name out there in the market that people start coming and you cover your expenses.
Great. And now we are going to look to the another aspect. He sells pizzas also from the Chefsplay itself, right?
Yeah, we have our own brands that we've noticed we needed to do. And one of the things I told you is the chocolate chips. We pack them in 1 kg bags with our brand name, Chefsplay. We started beef tallow because I think you know our friend, Mr. Fadl from Big T Barbecue. His fries, when I tasted it, I was like, wow, these fries are amazing. And it's because he cooks them in tallow. You know, I mean, obviously he has more than that. He does fresh fries and whatever, it's not frozen. So it's more than that, but beef tallow gives a lot of flavor. So we noticed nobody's really supplying beef tallow. And if they're supplying, it's for their own operations. So we started making beef tallow. I had some people tell me, oh, you're focusing on beef tallow now, why? You know, but it's one of our most popular products now, beef tallow.
Great.
So that's our own brand. We got the chocolate chips. We just launched. It just was launched yesterday. Is black honey, which is a organic honey from Rwanda. And why we started it is because we wanted to do hot honey. A lot of people are importing hot honey from the US with all these new pizza concepts coming up. A lot of people want hot honey. And if you taste our hot honey, it's amazing. And if you're a customer and you say, hey, can we make it spicier? And you're a big enough customer, we'll make you one that's spicier. Because some people say, this is not, I want a little more spicy, you know?
And you sell only this gallon or you sell the...
Right now we just have the gallon because we're not happy with the containers we're finding in the market. So until we find the same containers as the popular one in the US, which we have to first build up the sales, as you know, because I have a minimum order quantity from the suppliers. So they want a big quantity. As I said, we'll come back to that eventually. This was readily available.
Okay.
But we will have smaller containers soon on the site as well.
Great.
And then we have what you said, the pizzas. We do pizzas through one of our B2B suppliers. They make it for us. We have our own chef. He does it with them. And we do with toppings, we do without toppings. And so we'll show you soon how we do it and how it comes and how you can just stick it 6 to 7 minutes into the oven, throw it in front of your kids. If you have kids at home, they come home from school hungry and they eat it and everyone's happy. And they think it's restaurant quality because the same pizzas, I'm not gonna name the clients, in their coffee shops, in their restaurants, and I won't name because you might know who they are, and they sell them as they make them fresh in their restaurant. But it's the same pizzas we're supplying them and they're heating up and serving their customers because they're not focused on pizza.
So more than the kids, you're making kids mother happy.
Yeah, that's it. Well, like I said, happy wife, happy life.
Okay, great. Now we are gonna see and talk to the chef who is going to show us how the pizza is made. And let's find out which pizza is going to make for us today. Now we are going to find out how the pizzas are made in Chefsplay. And for that, we are gonna meet Chef Irfan. And he's gonna make for us pepperoni pizza today. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, great, thanks. We would love to know something like how your doughs are made. Is it made from scratch? And how you source your flour for the dough? How long the proofing time? And how long that dough takes to be ready to be stretched and serve the pizza?
Perfect. So as you can see here, we sourcing our own flour from Italy. It's a double O type, and we're making mostly authentic Neapolitan style of pizza, which is we saw that in the market you saw all the frozen pizzas are more commercial here. So then we come up with the idea, since we are selling the flour in our one of our sister company. So I said, why we cannot make the authentic Neapolitan frozen pizzas?
Great.
So the dough we process from the scratch. We mix from the scratch, and then we do the 60 to 70% hydration.
Wow.
So 70% hydration, 60 to 70% fermentation, which give the lightness in the pizza.
Yeah.
So if you remember when you eat a more American style of pizzas, so when you have one slice, it's heavy. You feel bloated. You need more drinks to digest or sodas. So you're gonna try today. Gonna do one pizza for you.
More airy.
More airy,
Yeah.
more airy and more light because of the fermentation process and the hydration of the dough. So it's like 70% of water inside the dough.
Great.
So the dough is the soul of the every pizza.
Yes.
If your dough is good, everything is good.
Great.
So we have the sauce. Again, we using the only Italian tomatoes, and we have the mozzarella cheese. This is cow mozzarella. It's nothing added on palm oil, potato starch, or any flavoring. Pure cow milk.
Great.
The milk is coming from Italy. The curd is actually coming from Italy and processed in UAE.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Then we're gonna use the pepperoni. We're gonna make today pepperoni pizza. We're using the pepperoni brand called Midamar. It's available in our website. Dry aged pepperoni coming from US, and it's halal.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
get
start.
into action.
So come, I will show you the gluten, of the dough, the stretchiness.
Yeah.
It's all ready, and you can see. Come here. Okay. You can see how fermented is it. So by this you can see your dough is really fermented. It's airy. Now let's start it. In my factory, what we're doing is we make this like pizzas, and just we blast freeze it and we pack it, which I'm gonna show you on the packed pizzas how it will arrive when you order. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
The reason they do the blast freezing right away, so the flavor doesn't go out, it intact.
Yeah.
When you have the pizza again reheated, you get the same taste.
Yeah, the flavor, the texture of the dough, and as per the municipalities from the municipality guidelines, you should keep immediately in the freezer, and within 2 hours it's gonna either freeze or cool down. Yeah. So any dough, if you wanna see how good is the fermentation and how's your dough, after baking, you wanna see the holes. Go for this webbing. Yeah, this is where the air and airiness and all from the dough comes. So you can try it and give your comment while I will get some frozen pizzas for you.
Please.
Okay.
Let's find out how it tastes. great. Each slice gives you approximate of 300 calories and about 8 grams of protein. If you guys are craving for a pizza, you know where to order. Chefsplay. You can order as ready or you can order frozen and you can bake it at home.
So we display some of our flavor, what we have like quattro, fungi, we have margarita. We have the real truffle pizza. I mean, you can see the truffle slices inside, where in the restaurant they're just putting the truffle oil. But we use truffle sauce and real truffles. And we have our best seller pepperoni. If you want to do some of your flavor, we do have base too with sauce and without sauce. Okay. We have some other flavors called butter chicken, vegetarian. So when you order it, you will receive like this, and there is a instruction there. So you have to preheat the oven at 230 degrees Celsius. This is a more important part when you're doing any cooking or baking. You have to preheat your oven, then put the pizzas.
Okay. And
Yeah.
for how long?
For 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay.
So I recommend you can defrost it and you can use it for the batter, or you can do it directly. So it's depend on your oven. You just keep checking. Estimate time 5 to 6 minutes.
Now we are gonna try some of the coffee beans, which is served by the Chefsplay. Here we have Teddy, who's gonna let us know the origin behind and how it's roasted. Hi Teddy, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Man, great. Thank
Good
you.
to have you here.
Yes, same here. Thank you for showcasing us about this all coffee beans. Please tell, like, this coffee beans comes from where and how it's been roasted and all that.
Okay, my name is Teddy. Just Teddy is the brief of my name. However, I am the sales and quality control manager of the company, Chefsplay. We have coffee from Italy. The brand name is Bonomi, as you can see here. Bonomi is a coffee brand which is roasted in Italy. It was founded in 1886. We source our coffee beans. They source the coffee beans, the green coffee beans, from all over the world.
Okay.
But the majority of the country they source their coffee is Ethiopia and Brazil.
Okay.
They do a little bit of Robusta from India, however. So we have 3 major countries where we source our coffee. Our coffee are roasted to medium to dark roast, which is suitable for espresso and milk-based coffee. Right over here, I have a packet of decaffeinated coffee. We have blends like Cafra, we have Santos, we have Florian, we have Bossa Nova. All of these coffee come in different blends. We have 100% Arabica, which is Florian and Santos. They are not here, however. We have also blend of 80-20, we have blend of 70-30, and we have blend of 60-40. This we have here depends on the market. We carry different blends or different origins for the level of the whichever outlet, maybe cafe, maybe a restaurant, maybe a hotel. So this is why we have different blends and different origins.
What is the most selling?
Our most selling coffee is Kappa. This Kappa is a blend we gave a name because the farm where we source out these coffee beans is in Ethiopia. And the name of the region is Kaffa. So that's why we gave the name Kaffa. However, it's not the same one I have here. What I have here is completely different, but still represents our name, Bonomi.
Great. And what you're going to make for us today, for us to try?
I can make you espresso. By the way, I want to tell you that I've been a barista trainer in UAE for more than 10 years. So I am in TSDC now, just like, having to tell...
you are in the league now.
Yeah, I can make you whichever coffee you're looking for. From espresso, americano, cappuccino, latte.
Give us an espresso and the other one surprises.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna do that.
Now we are gonna try the espresso, my favorite, because it gives you 0 calories and boosts your day. Great, guys. So we tried everything on your, like we tried the coffee and we tried the pizza, and you have explained you sell the equipments and other more ingredients. What makes you different from other online platforms?
Apart from having also food service equipment and food and beverage products made for the B2B industry at your access at home, you can access it at home. What makes us different is that think of us as the Amazon of these ingredients, of B2B products for restaurants and hotels. Because if Imran has his own brand
Mm.
of, say, frozen tortillas.
Mm.
We can list it on our site. We're not here to. What makes us different is that we don't just list our products.
So it's kind of marketplace.
Correct. So we list everybody's products.
Okay.
And that's what we thrive on. You could be a small business. I mean, obviously, you have to have some, because we need, it has to be food. There should be food safety. I'm not going to take someone cooking at home. You understand what I mean? Yeah. But we will list any product on there.
So even if there is a small business owners and who want to sell their product on your website, they can reach out to you.
Correct.
By emailing at what email?
Okay, it's you'd email info@chefsplay.com. Our phone number is also 800 Chefsplay, if you know how to do that. I think a lot of people forgot that the numbers used to be associated with letters, right?
Yeah.
So you look at your numbers on your phone, you can see letters,
Yeah.
and our number is 800 Chefsplay.
Okay, great. And one last thing before we apart for today, let's get real. What's one thing that you have learned about building business in the digital food space?
I've learned a lot of things, actually. I'll share a couple. One thing is you need to keep updating your products. People think they'll just list it, and then, because since we're listing other people's products, could be I'll call Imran, I'm like, hey, I need this size frozen tortilla. I need to deliver tomorrow. And then he'll say, sorry, we're out of stock.
Yeah.
So it's very important to be updating your stock.
True.
That's something I've learned. So that's something you have to be sure you're on top of. Another thing is, because it's digital, you need to have someone specialist for IT, because things go down all the time. And you will lose a customer faster than you can imagine when they click and they try to pay, and then the payment doesn't go through, and then they're frustrated, and then they just get off the site and they don't come back.
Okay.
Other things I've learned, it takes time to build the business. Don't expect it to start and then
Overnight.
you need to build it up. You need to do PR. It took us time before we reach where we are today. We still have a lot more to go. But like I mentioned earlier about people opening restaurants, keep some money to build the business, not just to open it. You know, you have to build your customer base and go from there. And community is very important.
Great. So that means focus to your community. Make sure you know your inventory. Your procurement has to be right. And if it's great if you have your in-house IT team to tackle your day-to-day issues, what comes.
Correct.
It's a small mind.
Because like I said earlier, we started with one platform, and we had to, a year later, after working on it for a whole year, I just trashed it overnight. People were not happy about it. We had, I don't know how many hundreds or thousands of SKUs, but we had to change because it's important. Speed is important.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That includes deliveries, by the way. People now want things to be delivered fast, which we're still working on. We're still 2 to 3 days. If it's a fast-moving item, as you saw downstairs, we have all the products here. We have same-day delivery on our site. If you select those, they will be delivered as quickly as possible. But if it's something, because like I said, we're a marketplace, it might take us, it'll take us 2 to 3 days max to get it to you.
Okay. Great. Great. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. And I appreciate you visiting, and feel free to order pizzas from us at any time. I see you enjoyed it.
100%. We'll catch up soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Here is a takeaway. Chefsplay proved that if you deeply understand your audience, you don't just sell products, you create impact. Whether you are a chef, creator, or just someone who loves the food, this is a platform built for you. Visit chefsplay.com. Thanks for watching Flavor and Figures, where we bring you the stories of food businesses that are changing the game. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode.